Alrighty, guys.
Okay, you're in.
I am so sorry about that, guys. Had tons of technical issues. I apologize, but I'm back. Yes, Larry Sharp is back here yet again. WYSL, Rochester, New York. Here on our free solution, 585-346-3000. I want to bring up something that made some people unhappy. And they were talking about fixing New York State's throughway. For those who don't live in New York State is a large state, obviously, and we have a throughway that goes across the whole state. Sadly, heavily tolled. But along that, we have a bunch of basically stations or rest stops where people can go and buy something, go to the bathroom, do whatever they want. Love it. So now, our Lord and Master, our King Andrew Cuomo II, has deemed that we have to reimagine New York because of COVID. And we're going to now fix the state. So you might be asking yourself, we've just had a shutdown for about a year and a half, trashed our economy. What do we need right now? You know what? New rest stops on the throughway. Yeah, that's the first thing I thought. But, I'm sure you thought the same thing. Okay, so now we're going to get new throughway stops. Okay, now there's some anger because Chik-Fil-A is supposed to go into these new rest stops. There's about 27 total sites. I think they're doing 16 first and then another 11. It's going to cost us $450 million. Yep. Cost us $450 million to put Chick-fil-A's in and fix the place up to make it look nice. And I like that. Looking nice is nice. But we're going to drop that. Now, there's so many things wrong with this. Let me go for the first piece. The group that won this is the Empire State Thruway Partners. And you might say, wow, Larry, that sounds amazing. Love that idea. Must be some kind of government agency. No. It's a private equity firm. Yeah. They just changed their name to that so they could win it. I'm not joking. It's actually a firm called, I think, Liang Partners. And you might say, what? Liang Partners? Well, then, they must be a construction company, a company that builds this stuff. No. They're a British-based finance company. So it's not even an American company. It's not even a New York company. And it's called the Empire State Thruway Partners. That's pretty good. And I said, wait a minute, Larry. Come on now. Well, then they at least must invest in construction. They do. That's true. So now we went from government to private equity firm to construction company. But wait, there's more. Liang has been purchased recently by KKR. KKR is one of the largest permanent capital funds in the world. Like they deal with stuff like $10, $15 billion deals, stuff like that. Massive. International company. They bought it. So they now own Liang. That's an international company. So now our throughway and the little things that are being built by an international hedge fund, permanent capital, private equity firm. Isn't that great? And you all were mad at me when I said, why don't we sponsor a bridge? I was like, let's sponsor a bridge. How about that? But now we literally have international companies put together. Now, I know what you're going to tell me, but Larry, our king loves us. He is prepared to sacrifice because of COVID. See, he did this because of COVID. Well, possible, I guess, except that he put this deal in play in 2018. Yeah. The deal closed in 2020. Yeah. The RFP was already out before COVID hit. This plan to reimagine, rebuild, that was already put out. So what happened? Let me tell you what actually happened. He's got a bunch of buddies in finance who have, because Liang, by the way, their American office is in New York City. Of course it is. Of course it is. Right, Park Avenue. Of course it is. So what he decided to do was hook up his buddies in finance years ago. Then use COVID as an excuse to put it into play, even though we shouldn't put it into play. It wasn't critical 3 years ago when he started his plan. It's not critical now. But he's acting like, I'm doing it fast, setting it up, can for you guys. No, he is helping his cronies yet again, because that's how it works. But the best part is now, what are we fighting about? Chick-Fil-A. Chick-Fil-A. Literally, our governor has sold out our infrastructure to an international permanent capital firm. That happened. Already done. Did it 3 years ago and pretended that it was critical now. And what are we worried about? Chick-Fil-A. That's what we're concerned about. Chick-Fil-A. This goes back to what happens constantly. There is a problem. There's a situation. There's an issue in our government, and we should work on it or fix it or make something better. And someone throws immediately, but culture war. But be mad because Chick-fil-A hates gay people. Let's worry about that, because that's critical. That's what matters. It doesn't matter that our infrastructure is sold out to an international permanent capital fund. Psh, let's care about whether the CEO of Chick-fil-A doesn't like gay people. That's what matters. Get your priorities straight, New York. That's what matters. But worse, why in the world would a company like that want to buy this? Remember, whatever dollars goes out, some of it goes to the construction company, the people actually building it, the workers. How much goes to every layer of finance? I want you to think about that. And for a company that makes that much money, doesn't the cut have to be a big cut? It kind of has to, right? So how much of that $450 million that we're spending is actually going to fixing the road? I'm sorry, fixing the rest stop. How much of that's actually going to the workers? Did we talk about the workers all the time? I agree. You can go out there and bust your rump, building stuff, get paid. Now the issue is, I actually don't have a problem with Liang Partners making cash. Taxpayer cash? There's a better solution. It's a free one. I'm going to talk about it. You know I am, because that's all I ever do. And I'll cover Chick-fil-A too. I'll cover it all. Larry Sharp, our free solution, 585-346-3000. Back after the break.
Your business relies on computers and technology to operate. Slow, unreliable networks and servers can cause unplanned downtime.
No problem, we got it.
The experts at Simple Tech Innovations are here to help. Their preventative maintenance program ensures that your computers and network are kept up to date and monitored for any issues, keeping your business.
You know, I forgot to mute this when you reconnected.
Clients achieve HIPAA, PCI, and New York State cybersecurity compliance to keep your network safe and secure. Whatever your business IT needs are, Simple Tech Innovations should be your first call. They've won the Best in Rochester 8 years in a row and have an A-plus Better Business Bureau rating. Call them today for a free consultation at 585-200-3182. That's 585-200-3182. Simple Tech Innovations.
The Finger Lakes Castle team is in its 7th decade of factory direct service to the service professional. From cleaning the ins and outs of your vehicle to keeping you on the road, Castle's got you covered. Castle makes streak-proof glass cleaner, FDA-registered sanitizers, and EPA-registered hospital-grade disinfectants. Remember, when you need to keep it clean, use what the pros use. Castle. Accept no substitutes.
Castle keeps it clean.
A message from the National Police Association. It used to be that any able-bodied person would offer to assist a police officer in danger. Now, passers-by are more likely to take a video. There's a better use for your phone when an officer's in trouble. Call 911. Tell the operator where you are and what you see. Then, start your video to provide evidence later. To learn more about how you can assist law enforcement, visit nationalpolice.org. That's nationalpolice.org.
Why do businesses choose to move their website from Wix and Squarespace to Simple Tech Innovations? Maybe it's their excellent customer service or attention to detail. Maybe it's their ability to give a truly customized solution. Or perhaps they just like the fact that Simple Tech is a local small business that builds great relationships with its clients. Whatever the reason may be, you can rest assured knowing that the local team at Simple Tech has your best interest in mind when building or updating your website. They're hands-on and love helping customers achieve their goals. But don't take my word for it. They've won the Best in Rochester 8 years in a row and have an A-plus Better Business Bureau rating. If your website doesn't match your dreams or isn't achieving your goals, give the professionals at Simple Tech Innovations a call today for a consultation at 585-200-3182. That's 585-200-3182. Simple Tech Innovations.
A free solution.
Yes, Larry Sharp back here, host of the Sharpway Show. You can follow me on all the internet things if you want to. Sharpway YouTube, Sharpway everything. Enjoy. But now, guess where I am here? I'm on WYSL, Rochester, New York. WACK in Newark, New York. The cool Newark. Here on a free solution. 585-346-3000. Before the break, I brought up the big plan for the Empire State Thruway partners and how they made a bunch of cash. But that $450 million is just phase one. And if you know anything about how this works, it's going to be a whole lot more. Don't they always add this and add that and add the other? Oh, yeah. It's always going to go over. It literally always goes over. They might say, Larry, how do you know that? Well, one, it always does. But something else. Do you know how long the contract's for? 33 years. I'm not joking. Do your own homework. 33 years. It's a 33-year contract. Now, you've heard me. If you've been paying attention to what I say, there's one thing that I talk about all the time. What do banks love more than anything? Guaranteed government money. They love that like nothing else. That is what they love, love, love. Guaranteed government money. So these nice big property firms, equity firms, permanent capital firms, now have 33 years of guaranteed government money. What a win for them. And you might go, well, Larry, that's nice, but so what? No. That means now they can do other things with that. What will they do with it? That's basically the equivalent of debt. So what will they do with it? They'll package it. They'll sell it. They'll buy it. They'll borrow against it. They'll leverage it. All that stuff. That's what they'll do. So they're just going to make even more money with it. Which again, I'm not against these guys making money. I'm not. Please, I hope we all make tons of money. I'm against the scam of the state and our taxpayer dollars that we're not making any money off of this. If it was like we were getting a cut of it or something, okay, great. If we were like Alaska or something and, KKR writes us all a check at the end of the year or something, you know what? Maybe I'm open to this idea. Maybe I am. Let's talk now. But if it's not that, we're just allowing the rich to get richer and acting like we're not. Acting like we're helping because of COVID. See, that's going to help because of COVID. And those people keep giving him money and they keep making money. And that drives me crazy. So, all right. What should we have done? What's the problem here? The problem that we have here is that it's one big contract. The Empire State Thruway Partners now can fix everything for the next 33 years. That's a big deal. That is worthy of corruption. That is worthy of bribes or whatever else you want to consider. That's worthy of connecting with people. If any of the people who helped make that deal, put that deal together, if they either lose their job, retire, if Cuomo retires or leaves, they're all going to get positions on the boards of these financial companies. That happens all the time. That's the norm. So they set themselves up so when they leave, they go ahead and they do that. Yeah. And what happens to us? We get crappy service, overruns, everything runs late because it always does. All right, so how do we fix that? We can. Absolutely. It's the way I talked about it. Yes, 4 years ago, the way I talked about it. Each spot, each specific rest stop is given out separately via bid auction. Now, is it possible that a company like KKR would win every bid? Could happen. Totally possible. However, that's not what we did. We did a RFP, which is for those who don't know, a request for proposal, in which case the Thruway Association picks a winner. There was no corruption there, right? No corruption there, right? But instead, we don't pay. We don't pay. In my world, they lease it. Yeah. They pay us for the ability to lease this. And it's a bid. It's an open bid that everybody sees. Who wants to pay the most? It's an auction. Again, is it possible that a company like KKR would win every one of them? Possibly. But a whole lot harder, isn't it? When there's nothing behind the doors. When there's nothing, in a smoke-filled room. When it's just them having to write checks and bid and everyone watches it. And now they know how much money is Liang Partners paying or how much money is KKR paying. I mean, they'll make up new names. They'll call themselves the New York Lovers Association or something. But then we'll know who's paying for what. But something else happens. It's possible for a local guy or gal or group of people or organization to get together and buy one. And they can put whatever they want locally in it. There's actually a chance for the little guy to win. I don't know if the little guy will win. But the odds are, these heavy hitters, they almost always go with things that they believe are as close to a sure thing as possible. How sure is trying to bid on 27 different sites? That's not a sure thing. Odds of them doing that, slim to none. Would some people do it? Sure. But not much. So now the little guy gets them, and so does KKR, and so does Liang. But so does the guy or gal who owns 20 franchise McDonald's in Western New York. He gets a shot too. The woman who owns an accounting firm, she gets a chance too. She can put her people together and do it. There's a chance. And some will. There's always early adopters. You know that in everything. So now when that happens, they're leasing it to us. Now, of course, we give them basic rules on what's safety, of course, as always, because the state still owns the land. So we give them basic safety rules and basic outlines. Otherwise, good luck. Good luck. But Larry, what if they're bad? and they don't have good sites. If they don't get it up in a certain amount of time, they lose the contract. Rebid it. Yeah, just rebid it. Again and again and again. And the state makes money without taxation. I know, sounds crazy, right? Instead of taxpayers funding private equity firms, people pay the state. What? How crazy is that? But Larry, if we do that, we may not have the exact same stop along the thruway. There may not be uniformity. I may not know exactly what's in every stop. So I don't remember what's in every stop now. And I've crossed the state at least 4, 5, 6, 10 times. I don't remember what's in every one of them. So what? Is there a bathroom and a place to get food? Yeah. Stop complaining. It's fine. Let the state make some money. Stop throwing our taxpayer money in the garbage. You'll be okay. You'll be fine. So there'll be something there. And maybe somebody local could make some cash off of the local land. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice? I like that idea a whole lot. But I'm still not done. If each individual person or group owns each one of them, leases each one of them, if there's a problem, we get rid of the lease. They screw up or do something bad, there's actually someone who we can punish. Who are we going to punish now? Nobody. The state? You can do a class action lawsuit where lawyers pay tons of money? There's no punishment. What if each of the stops suck? What if they're wasting with the I taste New York garbage that we did that doesn't work? What about that? Nothing. What if it's bad? Nothing. No. This is a much better idea. Each one separately with transparency. I know transparency crazy, right? Yeah. Transparency. And you might say, well, Larry, okay. I like that idea. Maybe some local people will win a couple of them. Maybe some big business will win some of them, right? Maybe we'll have some innovative ideas that others will copy because someone will think of something special and a cool way of servicing the drivers on the thruway. I like that. But here's the best part. If they're leasing and paying us, no tolls. That pays for the roads. No tolls. Yeah. Notice how every solution I have is free. Free for you too. And the state makes money. Yeah, that's why this show's called The Free Solution. There is a free solution. Larry Sharp, WYSL, 585-346-3000. Back after the break.
Now it's Dan Bongino, weekday afternoons.
WYSL.
AM 1040 Avon Rochester, FM 92.1 Rochester, and FM 95.5 Spencerport.
Here's the latest forecast from the News 10 NBC Weather Center for tonight. Showers and thunderstorms will clear out of the region, staying kind of muggy, low around 70. On Wednesday, we'll see a changeable sky out there, still kind of humid. Temperatures in the 80s. There will be a chance for additional showers, maybe a thundery downpour, but not the severe weather like we have just seen. And then Thursday should be mainly dry, temperatures in the 80s. I'm Rich Ganillia, WYSL.
Come to the Lima Crossroads Festival, July 28th through August 1st. Wednesday is the townwide parade at 6 p.m. Thursday are fundraiser concerts with Tryst at the East Tent, sponsored by Tough Trucks, where donations are encouraged to attend. The West Tent has Vanessa Collier and the Nighthawks with tickets available from Fanatics. Money raised goes to the festival, Mercy Flight Central, and Teresa House. Friday night is free music featuring Amanda Stone and the BBE, the Pete Griffith Group, and the M80s with an 80s costume contest. Saturday starts at 8 a.m. with breakfast. The BCW Trio plays at 10 a.m. along with Crafters, Kids Carnival, Bounce House, Bungee Trampoline, Human Car Wash, food vendors, BalloonManiaFun.com, and the Old Time Jail. The bed races are at 1 p.m., followed by the euchre tournament and free music with Owen Eichensehr and Pat Harrington, Stevens and Sparkles, Jeremy Keys, the Gordon Munding Duo, Cinnamon Jones, Vinyl Orange Ottoman, the Gabe Stillman Band, Forum, and an open jam hosted by Pete Griffith. Sunday starts at 9 a.m. with church under the West Tent and the Rib Cook-Off. At noon, there are craft and food vendors, BalloonManiaFun.com, the giant Velcro dartboard, and the massive 4-person photo chair, along with a craft wine and beer tasting. The free music is at 1 p.m. with Steve Grills and the Roadmasters, John Akers, Johnny Rawls, Pete Griffith and Martino, Blue Sky, and Miller and the Other Sinners. See limafest.org for all the details. Come to the Crossroads. It's a breath of fresh air.
Why do businesses choose to move their website from Wix and Squarespace to Simple Tech Innovations? Maybe it's their excellent customer service or attention to detail. Maybe it's their ability to give a truly customized solution. Or perhaps they just like the fact that Simple Tech is a local small business that builds great relationships with its clients. Whatever the reason may be, you can rest assured knowing that the local team at Simple Tech has your best interest in mind when building or updating your website. They're hands-on and love helping customers achieve their goals. But don't take my word for it. They've won the best in Rochester 8 years in a row and have an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. If your website doesn't match your dreams or isn't achieving your goals, give the professionals at Simple Tech Innovations a call today for a consultation at 585-200-3182. That's 585-200-3182. Simple Tech Innovations.
At Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Anthony Drive off Route 96 in Victor, legendary savings and selection are waiting for you. Like the 21 Jeep Gladiator Crew Cab Sport 4x4 pickup, $369 a month for 42 months. A 21 Jeep Grand Cherokee Freedom Edition 4x4 is just $269 a month for 36 months. Requires existing Grand Cherokee lease and be returning lessee. The 2020 Jeep Renegade Latitude 4x4 is only $199 a month for 36 months. Must have Stellantis loyalty and be returning lessee. The 21 Ram 1500 Classic Warlock Quad Cab 4x4 pickup is just $189 a month for 36 months. Must have Stellantis loyalty and be returning lessee. Use 3 Ram coupons while supply lasts. Jeep, America's iconic 4-wheel drive brand. $2,500 cash or trade and other conditions apply. Get full details from the dealer. Equipment and MSRP vary by model. We're here to fully serve Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram customers in Victor, Canandaigua, Macedon, Fairport, and throughout the Metro and Finger Lakes. Get out of the house and get that new ride you've been wanting. Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, 6560 Anthony Drive in Victor.
Hey, it's Nick
and Nicole
from Colby's Ice Cream and Bake Shop in Rush. Nicole, did you hear about Colby's new offerings?
No, what are they?
Colby's is now offering dairy-free soft serve in addition to their amazing frozen custard. And now they're offering Andy's Candies.
Andy's
Candies? I love those.
Take a drive out to Colby's in Rush, corner of Route 251 and 15, or exit 11 390 South. Colby's.
Eat in, big out.
A free solution.
Hey everybody, Larry Sharp here on A Free Solution. This show, by the way, on every day. It is. It's on every day. If you want to follow it, head over to A Free Solution YouTube or A Free Solution on Facebook, and you can follow the super cool Kevin Wilson and the ultra cool, is that better or worse? I'm not sure. That's okay. He's still cool. Tim O'Connor. And he's here on Thursdays. Come on, nothing but good, guys. And I'm still, if you hear me, I'm still bugging you, Hollister. You need to come back on the show. So we need to get you on here too. Guys, I'm so happy that you're with me today. 585-346-3000. I'm going to grab some of your comments. And then I want to talk about Chick-Fil-A specifically. But there's a bunch of comments I'm going to grab. I hope it was clear what I was talking about earlier. So Jonathan says, who needs Chick-Fil-A when we have literally hundreds of Kennedy Fried Chickens, each of which is better? That's funny. But my point is, and you've kind of touched my point, right? If each of these rest stops is leased separately, you could put in a Kennedy Fried Chicken or you could put in a Chick-Fil-A, right? And as long as the signage is clear, you go into the one you like. You like Chick-Fil-A? Awesome. You like Kennedy Fried Chicken? Awesome. Whichever one you prefer. I think that's really the answer. Joe says, why did that cost taxpayer any dollars? Yeah, Joe, I'm with you. It shouldn't. Rich says, they must have contributed to the government re-election campaign. I'm 99% sure of that. Not 100. 99% sure. That's what happened. Yes, absolutely. Andrea says, smells like corruption to me. How much stock do the politicians of New York have in this? I don't think they have any actual stock, meaning actual stock, but they have a stakeholder in it. Of course they do. They're all stakeholders, right? Because their future is based upon this. They can invest in certain things. Yes. And the problem is, because you have so many holding companies and such, it's hard, right? Liang has a DBA, which is called doing business as, and that's the New York, the Empire State Thruway Partners. That's their DBA. And that's Liang, which is a British company, which is an American affiliate, which was bought, the British company was bought by KKR, which is an international company, which I think might be based in Singapore. I'm actually not sure where they're based. They have a big base in New York City, but I'm not sure where the company is officially based. I don't actually know, to tell you the truth. But they're international. So follow the money, I guess, if you can figure out how. So yeah, horrible. Dustin says it's like they're mandating a boycott, kicking out Chick-Fil-A. There's, I think, 4 or 5 assembly members who are saying that. No Chick-fil-A, we're going to boycott, blah, 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 blah. And again, if you have separate rest stops, each person picks their own. Look, I'm not against Chick-fil-A. Yeah, you can make money all they want. I don't care. I don't really eat Chick-fil-A. I'm on a keto lifestyle, been in it for like 11 years. I hardly ever eat bread, so chicken sandwich is not something that I eat. If you like Chick-fil-A, enjoy. If you don't, or you're mad at Chick-fil-A, don't go there. If you want to hate Chick-fil-A, hate Chick-fil-A. It's fine. Don't go. Hopefully you can make a very simple rule here. All you do is say, and it's New York State rules, if you're going to lease out a rest stop, you must have at least 2 facilities to eat. Done. That's a rule. You pick the 2 you want, or you can have 3 or 4 if you want. You have 15 if you want to, but at least 2. That's it. So you got Chick-fil-A and whatever, McDonald's or whatever is the thing of the day, whatever. So you don't like Chick-fil-A? Go get a burger. Enjoy. You can solve this with a contract. That's how easy it is. Right? That's simple. But there's another piece. What if you believe in your heart that Chick-fil-A is evil? That you believe it's bad? That you think it's bad for people, kids, whatever, and you think it shouldn't exist, it shouldn't be supported at all? Okay. Then how do we find an answer for that? Because there are some things that are far grayer. What if some industry that was, a violent industry, or an association for pedophiles, or something that people might think is not, that's obviously bad, but something that people wouldn't think is obviously bad, like maybe gun manufacturer that some people would think is evil and some wouldn't, or maybe a porn site or something like that, right? Any of those things. How do you handle that, Larry? You just let anybody have it? No. You create very simple rules and you allow for grading systems. And I'll give up 2, just maybe 3, at the top of my head. What's the MPA, Motion Picture Association? They rated R, rated PG-13, rated G. You allow them, and maybe either for a fee or you do it for some type of advertisements, that they get to rate every vendor that comes in to a rest stop. And any vendor that they would rate R can't come in. Done. It must be family friendly. But not by the virtual signalers of our government, but by an independent organization that rates things already. Maybe you use the other one. Oh God, ESRB. I don't remember what that stands for. That's the one for games. The game they put, rated E for everyone, whatever. So you allow them also to rate. So maybe you have 2 or 3 ratings, right? Maybe Consumer Reports. So that's 3. So then all 3 have to rate this vendor as less than the equivalent of rated R, whatever that is in their world, right? It can't be adults only. If all 3 rate this vendor less than R, and it goes. Done. Or even 2 out of 3. But again, this is contractual. This doesn't be a law or rule or boycotted because of the state. Now, if you want to specifically boycott, You absolutely may and should, because you feel it's wrong. You should not put your dollars someplace that you don't think is appropriate. No worries. But imagine that. MPA, ESRB, Consumer Reports, those three rate every vendor. As long as none of them are rated R or above, we're good. Off you go. You want to boycott? Boycott. As long as there's at least 2 eateries, we're good. Problem solved. This is not crazy. This can be done via contract to where the state actually makes money, doesn't lose money, and encourages innovation and encourages local people to try to make some money off their local land and lessens the chance for corruption. It does not mean there won't be corruption. But here's the reality of corruption. If there are smaller chunks that are more transparent, there will be less corruption. When there are bigger chunks behind closed doors, there will be more corruption. Yes, that's how it works. So we set the system up to have less corruption. We set a system up that is fair, or at least feels fair. I got 3 outside organizations who already rate things to decide if this thing should be rated. And I provide options. If you hate Chick-Fil-A, there's another restaurant for you. And you can yell at Chick-Fil-A. You can get mad at them while you walk by. Yell at them. Hate you, Chick-Fil-A, as you go eat your McDonald's. It's fine. Life is good. We can absolutely make this happen without having taxpayers to pay 1 dime, and fair to everyone, support innovation, and support local people to get an opportunity to get a cut, right? To get a bite at the apple. How about that? That's what I want. So let me grab a couple more comments. I hope that stuff is clear, guys. I'm not against Chick-fil-A, but I also don't want you dropping your cash places you don't want to drop your cash. And if you're not, here's the best part. If you're not paying taxes for it, then your money doesn't go to Chick-fil-A if you don't like Chick-fil-A. It only goes to Chick-fil-A if you want to go eat a chicken sandwich. It's fine. So, all right. Anderson says, people need to get over themselves. Just don't support the place. Yeah. They don't know most of anything behind the places they choose to shop, and some of the stuff they don't care. Yeah, and that's fine. You don't have to care about the political leanings of every store you go to. You can. And if it matters to you, jump on it. But you don't have to. Up to you. Ed says, Cuomo's been screwing a lot with New York, and we know he's been putting fun events and a few fun places under hostage with passports and restrictions, which is unconstitutional. Now he wants to destroy Chick-fil-A over some BS. Still, my town was really close to having a Chick-fil-A. You know, Ed, I'm going to go a little bit different. What I'm going to say is he's not trying to destroy Chick-fil-A. He doesn't care. He's trying to use Chick-fil-A as distraction for his corruption, and it's working. Because what I just told you in the first segment, no one else has told you because nobody else cares. I saw this coming. I live in New York City. I know finance. Half of them my clients. I know. That's why I'm saying this stuff. That's how this works. The average person doesn't know. And they hear Chick-fil-A and they jump on one side or the other. This is the distraction that's been happening since 2008. Since the crash, we've made no structural changes to help the little guy. What have we done? Well, you know what? Let's not change anything. We'll do diversity training. That'll shut you guys up. Well, that'll get you guys fighting. So you'll stop thinking about the important stuff and worry about, I don't know, the percentage of people of this or that are in my world, or whether Chick-fil-A is in a rest stop. That is not going to affect any of us, good or bad, either way. It solves nothing. So many more of your comments. Thank you. I will take your comments and your calls. 585-346-3000. Larry Sharp on a free solution. WYSL, Rochester, New York, WACK, Newark, New York. Back after the break.
Why do businesses choose to move their website from Wix and Squarespace to SimpleTech Innovations? Maybe it's their excellent customer service or attention to detail. Maybe it's their ability to give a truly customized solution, or perhaps they just like the fact that Simple Tech is a local small business that builds great relationships with its clients. Whatever the reason may be, you can rest assured knowing that the local team at Simple Tech has your best
So
interest
first
in mind
thing,
when building
I
a
like
updated
Chick-Fil-A.
website.
However,
Their
I
hands-on
respect the
and
fact they're
love
closed
helping
on Sundays
customers
and why
achieve
they
their
do it,
goals.
because I'm a
So don't
church-going
get
guy.
prideful.
But many a time we're traveling, we want Chick-fil-A on a Sunday, but we respect that. They're bringing up all the stances that Chick-fil-A stand for, but they could very simply say, okay, we're not going to allow Chick-fil-A because they're not open every day. So, maybe they could say, all right, for the public, it's better to have a place that's open every day.
Simple Tech Innovation.
That's true too.
Yeah, but they're politicizing it.
And we're the owners of South Coast Tax.
That's just my 2 cents.
Our Lord for protecting us from evil. Psalm 91 states, and He is my refuge and my fortress, for He will rescue us from every trap and protect us from deadly disease.
South Coast Tax are Christian-based tax accountants and attorneys who specialize in releasing bank levies, garnishments, and filing complex. We are the leaders in acceptance of
Yeah, because there was some airports, I believe Buffalo was one of them, that said they weren't going to allow them because they're not open.
And not just
on Sunday. Hey, by the way, from a business standpoint, I would love to see Chick-fil-A blast the throughway with new franchises at every exit prior to each rest stop.
You will be free indeed. And
the public sector will find a way.
Let us help you today. Call us at
All right, enough said.
76, and together we can help achieve this goal by putting the IRS tax debt behind you for good. Again, that number is 1-800-TAX-1176.
Your business relies on computers and technology to operate. Slow, unreliable networks and servers can cause unplanned downtime and affect your bottom line. The experts at Simple Tech Innovations are here to help. Their preventative maintenance program ensures that your computers and network are kept up to date and monitored for any issues, keeping your business running smoothly. They also help clients achieve HIPAA, PCI, and New York State cybersecurity compliance to keep your network safe and secure. Whatever your business IT needs are, Simple Tech Innovation should be your first call. They've won the best in Rochester 8 years in a row and have an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. Call them today for a free consultation at 585-200-3182. That's 585-200-3182. Simple Tech Innovations.
A free solution.
I am back. Larry Sharp, host of the Sharp Way Show. Please check me out at sharpway.com. Check out all the cool things doing there. But I'm here now, WYSL, Rochester, New York. WACK in Newark, New York. Yes, that's the cool Newark. Sorry, New Jersey. So happy that you've given me a chunk of your afternoon. I do appreciate it. Some of you during the break might have heard, if you're listening online, you might have heard my engineer. That's on purpose. Yes, the way the technology works, I do this show remotely from New York City. There are some issues. You hear my engineer. All good. All good. And he brought up a valid point. And some of you in chat brought it up too. The idea that, you know what? Chick-fil-A is not open on Sundays. And they could say, well, you know what? You have to be open every day. If that individual place wanted to do that, they could. You got to be open every day. Or if you have the rule that New York State would have, which is you have to have at least 2 eateries open, in those places that take a Chick-fil-A, they'd have to have at least 3 restaurants. So on Sunday, the Chick-fil-A one is closed, but there's still 2 there. Maybe, I don't know, there's a Hardee's and a McDonald's or something, or Taco Bell and a McDonald's, whatever, right? As long as the person coming in has 2 choices, why do I care as, the New York State government? Why do I care? You got 2 choices or more, life is good. Some of these places have 3, 4, or 5. If you've got 3, 4, or 5, and your Chick-fil-A is closed on Sunday, so what? As long as Chick-fil-A is going to pay for 7 days, because they are renting a space, if Chick-fil-A is fine with spending the 7 days rent, what do I care? Right? They have to decide a business decision for Chick-fil-A and for the people who are running that specific site, and they'll make decisions that work best for them. And if people don't go there, they're going to pay a price. That's really the issue I wanted to bring up. So yes, Joe brings up, is Kennedy Fried Chicken a thing? It is here in New York. It is, particularly New York City. I don't know if there are many upstate at all, but they're in New York City. Absolutely. I remember the first one I saw was in Brooklyn. That's the first one I saw. There's one by me in Queens. So yes,
Chris in
Kentucky Fried Chicken,
Rochester.
it is a blatant ripoff of Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's red, white, the whole deal. Yes, so it's a blatant breakoff. I guess the guy's name is Kennedy. I don't know. I'm gonna grab a phone call. Chris, out of Rochester, New York. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well, sir. How are you?
Awesome.
Awesome. I just wanted to wish you a happy belated birthday, Mr. Governor. You may not
thank
be
you. So, yes.
officially in there now, but we have a squatter in Albany. And to me, you are my governor, sir.
Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. Yes, yesterday was my birthday. Yesterday, I turned 53 years old or 53 years young, whichever you think so. I appreciate the call, my friend.
You're welcome. Have an awesome day today, sir.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. Take care.
So, speaking of that, someone just brought up the idea. I think it was Garrett. Garrett out of West New York asked, he says, what do I think about Zeldin? You guys may know Lee Zeldin is right now the front runner for the Republican Party. He may not win the nomination, but he is clearly right now the front runner. It looks like he's going to be the nominee. But what do I think about him? Lee's a nice guy. He's out of Suffolk County here downstate. Nice guy. The problem he's going to have is he's not going to make any impact. He's not going to win or make impact, neither. And that's the problem with most Republicans, right? Most of them are not going to make any impact and not going to win, right? I like Astorino. I've met him more than once. He's a nice guy. Astorino's also running. Not going to make any impact, not going to win. I don't know Giuliani's son. I know he's running. I've never met him. I know nothing about him. So I have no idea. But to be forward with you, he might make impact only because he's the outsider. He is the, and again, be clear, I don't know him at all. I'm only saying because he's an outsider, he actually has a chance of making impact even if he loses. I don't know if he's any chance of victory. Right now, it's not looking good for him. And then also, I'm sorry, the sheriff is running. Oh, starts with a C. I've forgotten the sheriff's name. The sheriff might, depends upon how hardcore he is. He might have a chance of making impact also. Why am I saying this? Because anyone who runs a standardized campaign is going to be destroyed by Cuomo, period. That's just how it works. They have no chance against him. He is a monster who runs a machine. He will crush them. The only people who have a chance are outsiders. And that's maybe Giuliani. I don't know him, so that's just a random guess. That sheriff, God, I feel so bad I've forgotten his name. I'm pretty sure it starts with a C. The sheriff's running too. He's got a shot too if he can win. Right now, not looking good for him right now. That's it. Or myself, if I run, because I can run on multiple lines. I can make lots of change. I've already made impact, and I lost last time. So someone like me also can make impact. And I'm still looking at running. I'm making a decision, I hope, in about a month or so, whether I'm going to be looking at running for office or not. So if you guys care about my campaign at all, LarrySharp.com. Check it out if you feel appropriate. So thank you for that. I appreciate that. Yes. All right, let me keep going down some of your points, if I could. All right. Dayton says, I don't remember what rest stop it was, but there was one bill for something like $3 million that couldn't open because of building violations. That's why you're right. If a private company is responsible, they make sure it opens up to make money. Thank you, my friend. He's actually in construction. He gets this. Yes. Right. And I want guys like him to make money. So if I've got local people, they're going to hire guys like him, local guys, make some cash. I'm not against people making cash. I just rather them not take taxpayer money to make cash. And I'd rather everybody make cash, little guys and the big guys. That's all I'm saying. So, yeah. Andrea says fast food's convenient. That's true, but not healthy. Also true. I just take my own food in the trip, but always in the bathroom. There we go. See? So if you don't like Chick-Fil-A, bring your own sandwich and stop by the bathroom. All good too. I love that. Yes, 100%. Dustin says that way smaller businesses can get there too. I bring this up constantly. There are many reasons why there is a wealth gap in the United States, but no one talks about them. The biggest reasons are that the bigger companies keep gobbling up smaller ones. The bigger companies and permanent capital keep gobbling up land and gobbling up businesses. They keep gobbling things up. Now, we have two choices here. One, try to cast laws to break up these companies, which doesn't work. Or make an environment where there's a whole bunch of little guys can grow. That's the advantage. A whole bunch of little guys can grow. You guys know my rule I wanted to put in, my law I wanted to put in when I was running last time, that if you are a local company that agrees to only sell within New York State, you are completely immune from all federal regulatory bodies. You only follow state regulations. That's all. No federal regulations. Why does that matter? Because when big companies come in, they're all cross borders. So they all have to follow extra regulations, which gives a little guy an advantage. Yeah, it matters. Well, Larry, is that fair? Yes, because the big guys have advantages. They buy in bulk. They have relationships. So yeah, they have tons of money. They have an advantage. So give the little guy an advantage, even things out a little bit. Yes, Dustin, you are completely right. Yes. Michael says, why would they ban Chick-Fil-A? Because they want a virtue signal, right? He says people can protest them all they want.
1 minute.
But even if many don't agree with their religious views, I've still seen plenty of people eat their food. Yeah, the chicken's too good. Yeah, it's funny. And you're right, Michael. If you want to stand outside and, you know, the place and do a protest, say Chick-fil-A's evil, you can. Up to you. I'm not against free speech. I'm not. But Chick-fil-A has the right to make money like anybody else does. Absolutely. David says, all the gay guys I know go to Chick-fil-A. It's funny. I know a lot of gay people, and a lot of them do go to Chick-fil-A. That's true. Not all that I know. But yes, a lot of them do. It's true. It does taste good. Guys, I gave you a plan that saves us money, gives us more choices, and makes things better for all of us. I gave you a free solution. Thank you guys so much. I will see you all next week.